Hello gentlemen, the purpose of this video is to continue on looking at some different formulas that will allow us to solve some trig equations. This is actually the last one on in terms of different formulas. We're going to look at the product to sum and the sum to product formulas, and then after that all we have is the law of cosines and the law of sines, and we'll be wrapped up for week number 5. So let's get started. I want to introduce you to both of these. Wrong slide there. I want to introduce you to the two different formulas. We're going to look at product to sum first. Again, these are just equations that we have at our disposal when we're solving trigonometric equations. Again, I'm not going to read through all of them for you, but you can see the different ones that we can have. So if we have a product, sine u, sine v, or cosine u, cosine v, or a combination thereof, we can use these to simplify the expression. Okay, and so we just want to identify our u and our v, and then we'll be able to utilize one of these. Well, let's see how it works. Let's do a couple examples here. So if I have 4 sine of 7 pi over 12 and cosine pi over 12, I would note here that when I use my formula, I want my u in this particular example here is going to be 7 pi over 12, and my v is going to be equal to pi over 12. Okay, and so I can plug in directly. I leave my 4 because that's the 4 out front, and it's 1/2 7 pi over 12 plus pi over 12 plus the sine of 7 pi over 12 minus pi over 12. Okay, so that's what the product to sum formula tells me. I can simplify. I go here, I get 7 pi over 12, 8 pi over 12, and this is 6 pi over 12. This can be simplified down to 2 pi over 3 and pi over 2. I know what this is. This is simply equal to 1. I know what this one is, second quadrant. So that's root 3 over 2. And I can simplify to root 3 plus 2 after I plug in. Okay? Let's do another example. This time I get cosine 2 theta times cosine of 4 theta. This time my u is going to be, let's erase that. My u is going to be 2 theta, and my v is going to be 4 theta. So that's 2 theta, that's 4 theta. If I plug into my equation, I'm going to get 1/2 cosine 2 theta minus 4 theta, u minus v, plus cosine of u plus v. If I do that, I get 1/2 cosine of negative 2 theta plus cosine of 6 theta. Here, I should note that cosine is an even function. So even functions are f of negative x is equal to f of x. That's what it means to be even. So I can say that cosine of negative 2 theta, because cosine is an even function, is simply equal to cosine of 2 theta. And I can simplify that down like that. Okay? And if I needed to, I could use double angles to reduce these down if I needed to, but we don't need to go any further in this example. Here's some of the product formulas. Again, you need to identify your u and your v. Once we identify the u and the v, we can simply plug in and use these formulas to solve some of the equations. Let's do a couple examples using this one. So I have cosine of 3 theta plus cosine of theta. So here my u is going to be 3 theta. My v is going to be equal to theta. I use my sum the product here for cosine, which is 2 cosine u plus v over 2 times cosine of u minus v over 2. I can simplify that down. That's 2 cosine 4 theta over 2 and cosine 2 theta over 2. Simply 2 cosine 2 theta times cosine of theta. Okay, let's do one more. Sine of x plus pi over 2 plus sine of x minus pi over 2. So in this one, u is going to equal x plus pi over 2. V is going to be equal to x minus pi over 2. And so if I do that, I'm going to get 2 times the sine of u plus v, so x plus pi over 2 plus x minus pi over 2, all divided by 2, times cosine of x plus pi over 2 minus the quantity x minus pi over 2, like that. If I look at simplifying this, the pi over 2's are going to cancel. I'm going to get 2x over x, 2x over 2. Here I'm going to notice that the x terms are going to cancel out, and that's going to be a plus right there, like that. And so I'm going to get just simply pi over 2 over there. Okay, I can simplify a little bit further, and we also know that cosine pi over 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So here's some more practice, fellas. These examples do the product to sum and sum to product. Some more problems to practice. By themselves, each of these formulas is pretty straightforward. The key is to learn which ones to use when, and so there's some practice in here as well, because you can use more than one in certain situations that will allow you to use to solve the equation. So again, it takes a little bit of practice. Make sure that you do the individual practice, and then we'll look at practicing as a whole. But if you have any questions on any of these formulas, make sure that you email me. Okay? Have a good day, fellas.